Good morning and welcome to Daily Study of the Way of Mastery. I'm Jason Amoroso, where each morning I'm going to share a passage from the Way of Mastery and give some commentary on it. And if this resonates for you and speaks to you and you learn from this, amazing. That's my intention. Is this teaching has been very influential for me in my own spiritual awakening, my own connection. And when I read and study the teachings in this book, it just lights my heart on fire, and I want to share it with everybody. So I don't know how this project's going to unfold. This is day one, and thanks for going on this journey with me. I'm going to read some sections from the book each day and share my commentary. Today we'll start with the introduction, and it'll be a little bit longer because I just want to get through the introduction in one day so we can then move into the text. Normally I'll just read a sentence or two and then give commentary, and these podcasts will probably be about 2 to 5 minutes, but today might be a little bit longer, and that's okay. It's day one. So I'm not going to read the entire introduction, but I will read sections and then give my commentary. And let's just dive in and have fun with this. So it says, "You hold in your hands the treasured teachings of Jeshua ben Joseph, Jesus, one of the greatest masters humankind has ever known. These teachings were given during the years 1994 to 1997. Please do not hurry as you read through each lesson. Rather, allow each sentence to be held within the heart, each idea to fill the mind and the body with its very real frequency or vibration. For each word, the structure of each sentence, the cadence and the humor is by design." So right off the bat, not pulling any punches, this work is the teachings of Jesus. In this book, we'll probably refer to him as Yeshua. You may also hear me refer to him as Sananda. And maybe part of this teaching will help some people heal this, what I'm calling like the God wound or the Jesus wound that organized religion has really, created for some people, in that, this old paradigm of old man in the sky judging you, that you're separate from him. It's primarily masculine. And Jesus was, the traditional biblical teachings, the only son of God who was kind of special. He died for it. Like, this teaching is not any of that. So, if you have a problem with this being teaching from Jesus, then I actually would encourage you to stick with it for a bit. And it might help you heal that againstness inside of your heart, or that closedness in your heart, and experience Jesus or Yeshua in a different way. So there's that. And I love that it's just like, do not hurry through the lessons. This isn't a book to just kind of read through and you feel good and then you're done, you go on to the next book. This isn't a book about just the information. As Yeshua says, it's each idea has a very real frequency or vibration, and each word is by design. So it's to be savored, it's to be studied, it's to be applied. That's why it took me a year and a half to get through the book the first time, is because I would stop my progress in kind of reading through it to do an exercise for 30 days and then resume kind of reading through whatever lesson I'm in. All right, let's moving on back into the text. "These words are to be studied and savored over and over until their meaning deepens and flowers into the grace of Christ living in you and as you." Again, Christ is not Jesus Christ, a man. It's the consciousness of the Christ. Going back to the text, allowing the ray of that light to penetrate your mind, correcting every perception you have ever had about yourself or the world. You will then find your gifts being formulated in new ways. You will find that you have an unseen teacher revealing to you what you are ready to learn, and your life will begin to be guided by a voice that is not your own, until the voice you have called your own is no longer heard. What has been called the ego will simply dissolve, and the mind will know perfect peace. I mean, there's so much to say just in these few sentences that, again, this is the same source as A Course in Miracles, and this work is about correcting our perception. It's just shifting our perception from one of seeing separation to seeing union and the divine in and as all things. And this unseen teacher reveals what we are ready to learn. So in my experience of doing this work, and pretty much any kind of spiritual work of inquiry and awakening, is that we can see the same thing from a different vantage point each time. So each time I've gone through this book, it's kind of like a deeper dive each time, even though it's the same, words on the page. And I love this. Your life will begin to be guided by a voice, and the voice is capital V voice that is not your own, until the voice you have called your own is no longer heard. So the voice for love is a different voice than the voice of the ego, which is about fear and separation and lack and scarcity. And so this other voice of love begins to guide us until and what has been called the ego will simply dissolve, and the mind will know perfect peace. So we so often think we have to fight the ego or make it our friend, or work with our thoughts and our personal insecurities and our fears and manage them, and it will simply dissolve. It's a beautiful message. And then we move into the last section here. Does this take time? You are as close as the choice to teach only love. The 35 lessons contained in this volume reveal the way taught to Jeshua himself, and now lovingly presented by him for you, so that the choice for love becomes your every thought, your every breath, your every action extended to the world as the awakened Christ. May you be transformed by the way of mastery in your unique process of remembering who you really are. And that's it. That's the whole purpose of the book. Right? Is choosing love. That is the entire goal and purpose of this book. So that every thought is a choice for love. Every breath is a choice for love. Every action is an extension of love. That's very beautiful. I don't care if you are a Jesus person or not a Jesus person. It's the teaching that matters, and that's so beautiful. And at the end, it acknowledges your unique process of remembering who you are. So each of us has our own process. It's different from everybody else. And this work is about remembering who you really are. And that's how we define healing in Revelation Breathwork. It's a remembering. We're not changing anything. We're not becoming anything. We are just remembering and revealing to ourselves our own divinity, our own wholeness, our own Christ-like nature, the essence of what we are. So that's what this whole teaching is about. And that's liberating. So that's the introduction. Tomorrow we'll dive into an editor's note, and then we'll start to get into lesson 1. So thanks for listening. If you want to share your thoughts or anything else, feel free. I don't know where we're putting this, so if you could like and subscribe, that would always be great. And I love you. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.